I'm excited to finally announce my own website, manifestyouridealdreams.com. This is where you will get to check out the services I offer, the Akashic record sessions, and the testimonials. You can also learn more about the galactic origins here too. Feel free to check them out, and I will also post the link in the description below. Now let's get to the video. Hello everyone. This is a very important video as I'll be explaining the wounded masculine, feminine, and our inner child, and how we can heal it. These concepts are greatly misunderstood, suppressed, and disrespected by our cultures even today. To start off, these energies are all one together. We have all of them inside of us, in every aspect possible. The Divine Masculine is about action, stepping into power, a form of control to maintain structure and balance, and to help us move forward. Just like in my previous video, how I explained the Elohims that created the cosmic laws to control in order to maintain the balance of the universe and protect our free wills. The Divine Feminine is about harmony with everything around instead of trying to control. It is about creativity and expressing our own truths. With feminine, there is no control and friction, as it's all about harmonizing and embracing the surrounding with full acceptance. That's why I explained why the highest form of paradise exists around the Divine Feminine. But it's true, the Divine Feminine is very vulnerable to the dark forces, as they are defenseless and easily absorbing them and easily fallen to them due to their empathic side. And then there's the inner child energy. This energy came first before the other two. The inner child is about freedom of the highest form. It is pure spontaneity and dislikes being controlled and restricted. So the masculine is about governing and maintenance for security, protection, and structure to make sure everything is alright. And so, rules are created. The inner child hates that. It hates laws and rules because they are restricting. So you can see why there can be some friction between the masculine and the inner child. It's really like the father and son dynamic. Whereas the feminine is the daughter, and while they are also not fond of restrictions, they value harmony. So even in real life, there is more friction between sons and fathers than daughters. Just an interesting fact to point out. Next, the inner child has the most powerful life force as they are full of energy. They are the purest forms of our souls. But sometimes they don't have a sense of direction without any guidance. So that's why they need guidance, and that's where the masculine and feminine comes to play. We all have these energies in us. It just depends how much we integrate them, depending on our soul origin, and depending on what we are most comfortable with. Some may prefer the feminine, some prefer the masculine, some prefer the inner child. But what I believe is a healthy and well-balanced life is to balance all these three energies together in unity. It really works the best in life here, as you can respond to everything life throws at you and navigate through life smoothly. When you're more focused on one energy, there are bound to be vulnerability and weak spots. Another interesting fact is, I believe by nurturing your masculine, feminine, and inner child in great harmony, acceptance, freedom, and security, I have a feeling it will also heal the family dynamics in you normally. As the world responds to your energy, which is also your state of mind, I feel like the out of balance energy is also reflecting to your physical family like a mirror. For example, my dad is more controlling because he wants the best for me. I, as an inner child, desire freedom, so I greatly dislike being told what to do. My mom wants the family to be in harmony. It's funny how I realized this recently based on my own relationship with my inner child and masculine, because I sometimes push my inner child too hard and my inner child also refuses to cooperate with my masculine. I think there's a lot to think about for you guys too. Let's talk about the wounded inner child. This is actually the most wounded energy, I believe, in the majority of our population. Usually we get this wound from our childhood, but also when we start to reach maturity and be given more tasks and responsibilities. The effects are, you no longer know how to have fun. You no longer know how to be spontaneous. You lost a lot of energy. Do you remember yourself as a kid? You might have had a rough childhood, but you realize you were very active and full of energy compared to nowadays as an adult. You feel more tired, fatigued, you feel more sober, and the need to suppress yourself in order to protect yourself from being outlandish. You can't be who you truly are. You are not allowed to chase your own dreams. You see the problem with our culture today? We are taught based on responsibilities and fear. And if you don't do what you are supposed to do, you are punished as a failure. Oh, you don't follow what they tell you to do? You are shamed and ostracized. The education system has been a detriment for our inner child. Instead of nurturing our own creative expressions and arts, instead of nurturing our own inner child to be curious about what we want to do, what our dreams and visions are, we are taught and forced to follow a pattern, to be the same as others, to have the same ideas, same rules and structures like a robot. This is not even divine masculine, it's just pure tyranny. Let's talk about the wounded feminine. The wounded feminine would be the inability to express herself, being who she is. This is about expressing their emotions, their feelings, and their truths. It is also about creativity and being who they truly are, aligning with their emotions and feelings. That's why some of my feminine guides often they shape-shift into different appearance when I connect with them. And I also want to allow them to be who they truly want to be. That's why we often have to allow guides and beings of the spiritual realm to be, we always allow them to be who they want to be so that they can appear in the purest form and in the highest truth in front of us, right? Now, based on my description of the inner child and divine feminine, you can see how the feminine sort of overlap, the feminine and the inner child sort of overlap each other and interrelate with each other. The feminine is also about taking good care of ourselves for our personal needs, our bodily needs, our minds, our emotions, our spirituality. It's like a mother giving all the care for the child. In our cultures, the divine feminine is greatly suppressed and misled. We are taught that femininity is about submissiveness and being weak and vulnerable, which is very, very, very wrong. That's why even the political agenda is wrong. It's true that expressions of the feminine includes vulnerability, but that is not weak at all. It's about expressing our emotional truth. Because we all believe femininity is weak and submissive, we are stuck in that shadow of victimness and powerless mindset. This shadow and victim mindset can manifest itself into hatred and grudges, anger, passive aggressiveness, which we can see why there is a great divide and war between biological genders today or just between individuals today. It is indeed essential for us to stand up to our powers. But the goal is not to antagonize the other side or each other, but to liberate the divine feminine from suppression and misleads. Unfortunately, the political agenda today is made so that the masculine and the feminine will be at great friction to each other, which also detriments our inner child. Think about it. As a child, you fucking hate seeing your dad and mom fight every single fucking day. It's fucking tormenting. Excuse me for the language. But wait, the divine feminine is still being suppressed today, funny enough. Ask yourself this. Are you comfortable with being who you are? Are you comfortable dressing up in a certain appearance that matches your own true feelings? Are you comfortable expressing your own true feelings? Are you comfortable doing this anywhere? And are you taking good care of yourself? If not, your feminine is being suppressed or you are suppressing it. It's funny because wearing a dress is still considered shameful for men. Expressing vulnerability and emotions are considered weak and shameful for men. But simultaneously, the divine masculine is greatly antagonized. I thought culturally, divine feminine is being restored as a whole, but oh how wrong I was. They don't want either to be restored. They want to suppress both. That's why they antagonize our divine masculine and also trap us in our shadow feminine to prevent us from stepping into power and being stuck in our shadows. And it's funny how women are also heavily encouraged to be men today. But they twist the ideas so hard that they are misleading and wounding themselves. They want workers, not thinkers. So yes, the divine feminine is greatly suppressed even today. When the feminine is suppressed, one can get very jealous, triggered, and passively aggressive to others, especially to those who can express themselves fully. This is why it's important that everyone is able to express themselves. In my country, Japan, many aren't able to express themselves. I have heard people ranting that Japanese people don't say I love you to their partners. I've also heard this from my classmates when I was in college. And, my answer is because their divine feminine is suppressed. So, does that mean the problem is divine masculine because it is taking control and being fully empowered? Actually not really, because our divine masculine is also suppressed. Like what I mentioned, the divine masculine is greatly antagonized today. Think about it. The masculine wound is the inability to stand up for yourself. It is the inability to stand your ground and therefore you falter. It is also the inability to have faith in yourself, unable to step into power. So based on these facts, ask yourself these questions. Are you able to stand your ground for your own truths? Are you able to stand up for yourself in situations where you are being attacked? Are you able to stand up for yourself where you can express your divine feminine and your inner child? If not, then your masculine is suppressed, and it's very common today as well. You see, the funny thing is, if one of these energies are suppressed, we lose our balance and it affects all the other two greatly, that it triggers them too. So what can we do from here? For starters, we need to realize and be aware of our own wounds. I would like to use the father, mother, child analogy. If your inner child is wounded, allow yourself to be that child again. Go have fun. Do what you enjoy. Go back to that childhood. Or if not, watch your favorite childhood show. Play your favorite toy. Be willing to ask for help. Allow your feminine side to take good care of you with love and nurture. Allow your masculine side to lead you so that you don't lose yourself in your path. And then appreciate them just like how you appreciate your parents. For the feminine, allow yourself to appear however you like or dress up however you like. Allow yourself to express your feelings and your truths. Allow yourself to be creative and put out new ideas. Do not judge them. Let your creativity flow. If you judge yourself, that's like you being abusive and controlling to your wife. You don't want to do that. Express and show love to your masculine and inner child, just like how a wife would express love and support to their husband and their child. Provide them the emotional support and spiritual protection they need. Maintain harmony within the family. Harmony is very good for your feminine and for your inner being as a whole. For the masculine, step into power. Stand your ground for your feminine and your inner child. Allow those ideas to come through. Build structure and balance to maintain the ideas and to maintain the peace, stability, and synergy between the family. When you feel overwhelmed, take the time to rest and receive all the support and love from your wife and your child you need. Allow your inner child to express and be who it wants to be, as the inner child is very powerful, full of life force energy. Its happy presence alone sparkles the environment. Just like how parents are greatly healed from seeing their child being happy and content, that's how magical the inner child is. So yes, think of these three dynamics within you. Remember, they are all inside you. This ain't about biological gender. Don't separate these three. The culture today is trying to separate and divide these three, putting us in a stereotype role based on our biological gender, keeping us within and around fully divided, wounded, and trapped in our shadows. I hope this helps you, and I hope our masculine, feminine, and our inner child can be fully healed and ascend into a higher consciousness. Much love to you all, and peace.